Alright, YouTube and Fallout, Bethesda community, whatever you want to say. We just got done with Bethesda's E3 showcase. They're still doing, as of right now, like the kind of after thing with Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. But I thought I'd make this video now. I was taking notes the whole time so that I could do like kind of a roundup video afterwards, kind of like a review of everything that happened. And so you may hear me shuffling through some papers, but let's get right into it. First up, we had the Quake Champions announcement. And we didn't get a release date yet, but there'll be more announcements at the next QuakeCon. And they're going to start holding tournaments, competitive tournaments, not just QuakeCon, so that'll be pretty interesting. Next, we had some Elder Scrolls Legends news, which was there'll be more beta invites this week, which is pretty damn badass. And then it's also coming to Android, iPhone, PC, and Mac. So, if you're excited for Elder Scrolls Legends, then that's some good news for you. I don't really know how I feel about it, but it's whatever. Next up, we're going to skip, they did Fallout 4 next, but we're going to skip that. We're going to say that for the end. Next up was Skyrim Remastered, or as it's now called, Skyrim Special Edition. Now we know for sure mods are happening. Badass. I'm excited that this is happening at all. It's coming out October 28th, which is very, very cool too. So we got mods, we got a release date, and just before I started making this video, they sent out a tweet that said, if you own Skyrim with all the DLCs, or you own the Legendary Edition on Steam, you get to free upgrade to Special Edition. And I think now everybody who was hating on this Skyrim remaster are going to be pretty excited because it's not something we have to pay for. If you've already bought Skyrim, you already bought the DLCs, it's a free thing for you. So that's going to be pretty fucking awesome. Possibly my favorite news coming out of the BE3 showcase. Next we had the Prey, which I guess was the rumor for Prey 2. I guess that's what this is kind of. It's just called Prey. We don't have an exact release date yet. We just know it's going to be like next year or so. And there'll be more news for this as well at QuakeCon. It looked cool. It was just a little quick trailer, maybe like a minute long, and it looked all like kind of spacey and stuff. I don't know anything about Prey, but it looked pretty cool. The graphics were legit. Doom, man, there's a lot of stuff for Doom. Let me actually grab this piece of paper and bring it up close. There'll be snap map updates that are completely free coming out here pretty soon. There'll be 2 new modes, which is something similar to like Capture the Flag. And then there'll be like a capture the zone kind of mode, I guess, kind of something like probably like Hardpoint from Call of Duty. And then there's some new like 3 free-for-all maps, like Team Deathmatch and shit like that. Then next month we're getting it's either Unto the Veil or no, Unto the Evil, which is going to introduce 3 new maps for Doom, which is pretty cool because I called the fact that there was going to be like a Doom DLC announcement. It's going to have 3 new maps, it's going to have new taunts, new demons, new guns, new armors, all kinds of stuff. I don't know much about Doom, but that sounds pretty cool to me. Next up, we had Elder Scrolls Online, which we found out because of this showcase, which I didn't know, was the 1-year anniversary for the release on console. I guess it happened last June, which is pretty cool. There's 7 million players for Elder Scrolls Online, which is pretty crazy because I thought a lot of people hated on Elder Scrolls Online. June 23rd, they are launching in Japan, so they're going to expand it into more players, which is going to be pretty badass. We got the Dark Brotherhood trailer, Dark Brotherhood DLCs releasing this Tuesday, and then there's something called One Tamriel, which is pretty much all. There's no level caps on the game anymore. It used to be like you could only be like, I guess you could only squad up with like people that are similar to your level. You couldn't go to certain areas if you weren't a certain level, kind of shit like that. And they're dropping that. It's just pretty much once you finish the tutorial, you can just go wherever the fuck you want to on Elder Scrolls Online. That sounds pretty goddamn cool. From what I mean, they're slowly progressing and making Elder Scrolls Online sound pretty damn badass, and I may be buying it here pretty soon. They also announced Bethesda Virtual Reality, which is pretty cool. They mentioned Doom Virtual Reality, and the main thing, the big one is Fallout 4, which is releasing 2017 on the HTC Vive. They didn't give us a date at all on Doom, which is kind of weird. They gave us one for Fallout 4, though, but I think Fallout 4 is the big one anyway. Dishonored 2, not much. It was the main thing of the showcase. It got about 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of its own shit, just kind of showing some story and gameplay. And we got the gameplay trailer, of course, which is cool. But I guess the main thing we can take away from that is there's a collector's edition. I didn't see what all came in it, but you can, if you get the collector's edition, you get Corvo's mask and Emily's ring, which sounds kind of cool. And then Fallout Shelter is also earlier in the showcase, but I wrote this down kind of late. Fallout Shelter is going to have quests now with an update coming in July, and they're going to have like a PC version, which is going to be pretty cool. So, and last up, of course, we got to say Fallout 4 for last. We're getting 3 pieces of DLC back to back, similar to Automatron, Wasteland Workshop, and Far Harbor. So, first up is Contraptions, which is coming out next week. Yeah, that's right. Next week we're getting another DLC. It's going to have elevators, armor racks, weapon racks, track kits, sorting machines, and conveyor belts. And it's obviously a settlement-based DLC. The thing is, with these 3 DLCs they announced, we didn't get any prices. So I don't know if these are going to cost anything, if some of them are free or what. Next up, we got the Vault Tech DLC, which is coming out in July, which you're going to be able to build your own vaults and just kind of mess with your vault dwellers and kind of build like you do to your settlements, more or less. It looked very similar to Fallout Shelter. It has, like, they actually did a side pan, kind of like what Fallout Shelter looks like, where you can kind of see into every room and shit. I don't know how that's going to work on Fallout 4. Sounds kind of cool. If you play Fallout Shelter, you'll probably like this DLC. And then last up was Nuka World. Nuka World has been confirmed, and it's coming out in August. They didn't show us anything except a trailer. They didn't talk about it. And again, they didn't tell us any prices at all for these 3 DLCs. So I don't know if Wasteland Workshop, what was it? It was $5, right? So maybe these 2 settlement ones are $5, and Nuka World is going to be $10, which sounds kind of bad because that puts it. What is that? That puts it at the same thing as Automatron, which was a couple hours of gameplay, but nothing too crazy. I think we're all hoping for a big DLC. Now, maybe these 2 settlement-based DLCs could possibly be free, and this Nuka World is a $20 DLC, which would be fucking awesome, because we know we're owed, or whatever you want to say, $20 more worth of DLC this year. So, who knows, maybe we'll get prices here pretty soon. I don't know. The only downside to this, if I had to put a downside to their showcase, is nothing about Elder Scrolls 6 at all. Kind of sucks. A lot of people didn't think there would be. I thought that we would get at least an announcement about it. We didn't. Other than that, it was absolutely perfect. Bethesda kills it always. I hope they continue doing E3 every year. Later, guys.